Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, guys? How's it going? It's your cyber hacker over here, and welcome to the stream. Hope you've enjoyed your weekends. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good old time. We're here. It's a Monday, and we are watching hopefully all of, the Shadow the Hedgehog cutscenes. And I'm kind of raging because I learned some information I wish I had known a week ago when I was thinking this idea up. Basically, I was unaware that a mod existed for Shadow the Hedgehog on on PC, shall we say. That basically meant that, like, let you basically only have to do 3 endings for you to get the last story. And I am so upset. The reason I figured this out was because I was watching Snaps Cube stream there last night at like up till basically like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning my time. And they were playing through Shadow the Hedgehog, which was very cool because I was like, oh nice, a little refresher for me then before we jump into the cutscene watch along. And then yeah, that's when I found that information out. I was like, oh man, I didn't know that. If I had known that, like, then again, it's on me for not doing a bit more research, but it's fine. We're gonna keep going anyway. Today will be very chill Monday. We're just gonna watch cutscenes. If there are any cutscenes that are missing, I will look for them. Because for some reason, people just didn't want to easily consolidate the cutscenes in one video. They wanted to try and make a coherent story, which you can't out of the cutscenes. Because there are so many, the endings specifically are so what if, it's insane. And I was kind of like playing the game myself, like my borked PS2 copy that has the cutscene completely messed up, so I can't even like finish it. But yeah, like, so I was playing that on my own time, getting a refresher for the gameplay as well. Like, man, if I had known all that, I would have played it. We would have gotten it done in 2 streams. We would have gotten Shadow the Hedgehog done this week, and then I would have done Sonic 06 next week, even though it's not going to be Sonic 06 Relay. But yeah, hindsight is 2020 though, by the way. So without further delay, we're going to jump straight in. I'm looking forward to it. I have watched, like I said, I have played this game on my own time. However, I don't have a copy to play on stream. So we're kind of just going through, that's why we're going through the cutscenes instead. Also, it is the game is a bit of a slog depending on what missions you do. It could be the quickest levels ever or the most dragged out levels ever. The gameplay is kind of funny though. You know, Shadow with guns is always kind of funny. But yeah, let's dive straight in. I have the cutscenes all ready to go. I have the video ready. For some ungodly reason, I couldn't find a video that was just the cutscenes. So I'm hoping this is it. Because there was a video I found. I was like, all right, sick. But then it had gameplay in it. And I'm like, oh well, we don't really need. There's a bit of gameplay in every video I see. But the gameplay doesn't make it any more coherent. I think they're going through all 10 routes, one by one. Which, if we have to watch all of the same cutscenes again, I'm just gonna skip a couple of cutscenes. So it could be like an hour, could be like 40 minutes. The video itself is an hour 15. So we're going to just go off that and see where we get from there. But today, it is time to watch Shadow the Hedgehog Game Movie 2005. The quality is low. Well, I'll have it at 1440. When I went into the cutscenes, they were pretty low. Just to skip ahead, not to like spoil too much. Oh, never mind. Okay. I thought this was a low quality one. I was like, oh, there was one I was looking at that was like 720p, and it's like, Then there was one that's at 1080p, but it was like actual PS2, like GameCube quality, so I was like, oh, that's not a good idea. That is unwatchable. But I found something that should be good now. So let me bring chat up here on my second monitor. And we're ready to go in. Let's watch. I'll adjust the sound accordingly. Fire in the Sky Festival celebration 50 years return at the Black Comet. I don't know if it's Black Comet, but yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember.
Oh.
And that gruesome.
Oh, YouTube is. Oh yeah, YouTube likes doing this thing where it just doesn't want to play the video correctly. Hang on, let's see if I can fix it.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, if that keeps doing that, I'll just bust the game out.
Maria! Who am I? And why can't I remember anything? And who is this Maria?
Who is Maria? What? That's Shadow's whole thing. And right on cue, everything goes wrong. Watch this 10 times. That's what the game wants you to do. I got loud all of a sudden.
Look how pathetic they are. I don't have time for these humans.
Shadow, it's me, the devil.
The day of reckoning will soon be here. Find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me as promised.
Who are you, and how do you know I'm Shadow? And what are you talking about? Just what was that all about? If he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I have to believe him. The only way I'm gonna get the secrets to my past is to get those Chaos Emeralds.
Let's go. There we go. The crux of it all. This is basically what starts 10 playthroughs of a singular game. Oh, we go on the pure hero route first. Okay, nice. This guy has a I am Panax. I hope I'm saying that right. Has them kind of listed out. They're not in chapters, but okay, that's fine. That makes it so that way we know what we're going through.
6 major cities around the world, and every city is reporting significant damage and casualties. Among them, Westopolis has received the heaviest casualties due to its weakened defense system.
Oh, I never noticed that before.
Westopolis has been almost
the twitch in the commander's eye.
Unconfirmed sources have also reported seeing a black hedgehog in Westopolis.
Shadow? Deploy the troops now! And if you find Shadow with the black aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't Shadow on our
I
side?
gave you an order, soldier. He's evil and he's the enemy. You can't fool me, Shadow. This time, you're mine.
What does the commander have up with Shadow?
Now that was sweet, Shadow.
Yeah, well, I'm not here to save you.
Thought you might say something like that. How about a little friendly competition?
Don't waste my time.
We found the 3rd Chaos Emerald in this city. Our mission here is done. Now get going.
Guess that means welcome to the next level. Let's go.
Get back here.
I'm not gonna pause every cutscene, but that one's weird because Black Doom shows up, talks to Shadow as if he's completely ignoring Sonic, or just has acknowledged them but just completely like let it slide, and then went on. And then Sonic didn't even bring up the question like, oh wait a minute, isn't that the bad guy? Like nothing is brought up. There's gonna be a lot of that nonsensical stuff in the game. And the cutscenes aren't, just watching the cutscenes aren't gonna help, but the game doesn't give much better context either. If some things are like wrote or like spoken weirdly or whatever. So yeah. But yeah, that's one of the first of many weird instances we're seeing today. Just Shadow, or just casually Sonic being okay with working with Black Doom, even though we don't end up working with Black Doom in the hero story.
Hand over that Chaos Emerald, or else.
So, think you have a chance against me, do you?
Look, I don't take orders, especially from you. But I'm not here to fight you either. I'm collecting the emeralds to find my own answers, so why don't you just back off?
Oh yeah.
You still don't know your place, do you? Black Bull, I summon you! Behold, the wrath of Black Arm!
The only boss the Black Arms have, which is kind of funny, aside from the final
Now
boss.
we're talking. Bring it on.
Oh, is there actually cutscenes here? Maybe or not cutscenes, gameplay? Maybe it's sped up.
You out, big guy. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, okay, it's cut through, that's fine. Yeah, so to add a little bit of context, they have the boss fights in. Okay, that's fair. And down. God, the wing beats were so loud. The wing beats are the smaller enemies.
Mr. President, we've received a report from the Central Information Agency. Our ground troops have successfully pushed back the black aliens from Westopolis. We've also managed to suppress enemy forces in 5...
I'm like curious if they somehow managed to do a plot like this in the Sonic live action movies. How would it go? Like, I'm actually genuinely curious how something like that would go.
Tell the commanding generals that the United Federation will never surrender to terrorists.
Yes, Mr. President.
The picture.
This planet was once saved from tyranny and annihilation by you.
I want that picture.
Now mankind must protect this peace at all costs.
Yeah.
We must stand united to defend our world against these invaders.
Hell yeah. Oh, wait. See the thing?
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
He said the thing! Let's go!
Isn't that Tails?
Look at that! It's Eggman's theme park. He made it out of the rings he's taken from around the world. I've got to get those rings back.
I've got to get those rings back.
A Chaos Emerald.
God damn it, Tails, you can't keep dying like this.
This is just too easy. Guess it's my
This
lucky
is the
day.
third time Tails has died on my stream. Tails, you gotta stop. You have a problem.
Commander! Comm Sector B3 are reporting that the black aliens have successfully been driven out of Westopolis. We've contained them in the forest, and they're completely cut off from the rest of their support.
Well done, Captain. What about Shadow?
Sir, we think Shadow escaped into the forest with the black aliens.
Alert all field commanders in Sector B. I'm authorizing full use of all tactical weapons. I want both black aliens and Shadow stopped and buried. Failure is not an option.
Yes, sir.
It's over, Shadow. You'll finally be exposed and eradicated for the evil that you are.
Which is kind of funny considering the fact that this is the pure hero playthrough, so it's actually kind of weird that the commander's like, "Ah, take down Shadow."
Having a little trouble with those gun agents, are we?
What a pitiful bunch.
What'd you say?
We're not here to exterminate these poor creatures. On the contrary.
What? What is he talking about?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
All will be revealed tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Shadow, you should rest. You need to be ready for tomorrow's ritual.
You scum! You're going down!
Scum. Oh, he's channeling Virgil there. Yeah, the Black Bull. The Black Bull, I think, is the only boss that the Black Arms in this game actually have. I think, yeah, you fight Eggman a couple times. He also only has the one. No, he has two. He has two variants of a boss fight. The heroes have three, but also two, two mainly because two of them are the exact same boss fight. And then you have one at the very end with Sonic. Yeah, like the Black Arms are the only ones that actually have like only the one variant.
What's up, Shadow?
Not you.
Not you again. Nice to see you too.
Looks like those black creatures are headed out to space. We're on our way to the Ark, so I guess that means we're going too.
I'm not gonna dwell on that line. Yes, it's weird. Yes, it's like that. So many other people have talked about it more than me just adding my voice to it at this point. Oh, wait a minute. Why didn't I notice that before? The tornado was on the spaceship. Yeah, look at that. That's such a neat detail. How did I not notice that before? I suppose it's probably because we're only watching the cutscenes more than actually playing the game, so I just kind of tune out some of the cutscenes aside from listening to them. But damn, no, I didn't notice that at all. What the hell? Suddenly tornado spaceship, I guess. Alright, fair enough. I didn't even notice. I genuinely did not notice that until now. So that's actually very interesting. Alright, let's keep going.
A Chaos
Another
Emerald?
infamous line.
You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Hell yeah, Shadow. Take that candy from babies. Take all that candy from babies. Oh god, now look what you did.
Shadow, help me!
Maria?
Flashback.
Please, Shadow, I need your help.
I forgot how weird Maria looks in this game.
Something's gone horribly wrong.
What is it?
The research lab, it's going to be destroyed. Something must be done. Please, Shadow, I beg you, help Grandfather and those aboard the Ark. Please.
I'll be there, Maria. I swear, whatever it takes, I'll take care of the Ark and the Professor.
Shadow, this way.
Oh, we're getting a slight bit of gameplay here to fill in the gaps. I think this is the mission with the artificial chaos. Well, we pick up the guns. Oh, and then suddenly Maria dies. Jesus, that cut was so abrupt. What the fuck?
Please, Shadow, I need your help. Everyone's fate depends on you.
Maria!
Dear God, that cut was so quick with it. Oh my God.
Maria.
Shadow, look! Up there!
Huh?
There it is.
What is that?
Once every 50 years, that black comet passes by this planet. Oh, do you think those black creatures are somehow connected with that comet?
Black comet.
Shadow, what's wrong?
I think you're right. I feel it. They're up there. That's where the answers are. I've got to get to that comet.
There we go. I think this is the cutscene before the final boss. Yeah, there we go. So the true hero boss would be Black Doom in this instance.
Black Doom, your rule ends here, and it ends now.
So you're behind all this. Like it or not, the game's over.
Fools. The Black
Fools.
Ops are more than superior. We are perfect. Do you really think you have any real chance of defeating us?
Absolutely.
It's you who should be scared, Black Doom. I made a promise to Maria to save the planet she loved so much. And I will.
Then get ready to die.
Die.
Let me show you
Scum.
the ultimate power in the universe.
Are we just gonna get a cut? We're gonna get some game. Right, we get a little bit of gameplay. Okay.
Just how
It's kind of funny hearing Black Doom and knowing that the voice actor, or at least the English voice actor, is Sean Schemmel, the same voice actor for Goku.
this is not over.
God, what is that loud noise? Dear God. That's a decent cut, I guess. But yeah, like hearing Black Doom and immediately thinking Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Like,
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
I've got all the jawbreakers. Ed, and Eddie could never.
This isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
Let's do this.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, And I made a promise that I intend to keep. With the power of these emeralds, Black Doom and his army are finished.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Yeah! Hell yeah, Shadow. Semi-hero. Okay, wait, are we going through the same cutscene again? Dear God, I'm skipping that if we are. I think we are. Right, I'll skip any repeat cutscenes we come across. This might actually be shorter than I think.
The Black Aliens have hit 6 major cities around the world.
Yeah,
and every
there's also
city is
like
reporting significant.
there's also something I want to talk about real quick. The fact that I think in an interview Izuka actually said that the true hero one, the true hero path that we just watched is the canon one. But like you're still missing a lot of context, especially when it comes to like the gun commander and like the way he's like really against Shadow. We don't know what his motivation is. Like, and that's why we're watching all the cutscenes, is because of that fact. Sorry, suddenly yawn. Wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it's like, it's fun seeing that Izuka's like, oh yeah, the true hero is the canon story. And it's like, or the canon version of events before the last story. And then it's like canon from there and stuff like that. It's like, and then it's funny seeing everyone else be like, oh no, you're missing a lot. And also, some things don't line up because they don't make sense. But I think one of the arguments I saw was that, oh, but if you face Black Doom in the ending, that means you've taken him out for good. But you could easily just be like, when Black Doom is like, oh,
the Black Arms will rise again.
Type shit. He could easily retreat back to, like, blah. He could easily retreat back. Although I think we met her at the center of the base, so yeah. But he could easily retreat, come back when Shadow's like, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds, because that's what we'll learn in the last story. I'm assuming the last story is here. Yeah, I just saw a glimpse of Super Shadow. Okay, that's fine. And then come back and be like, alright, here we're gonna enact our plan now. Thanks for gathering the Chaos Emeralds, you idiot. So there's like a little bit of it there, you know. So it can make sense, but I can understand when people are like, it doesn't really though. So yeah. Right. Let's keep it going. I'm gonna skip this scene. Oh crap. Let me quickly we can skip ahead, because this is the one we've watched. This might be the starting point for all of these stories. Alright, nice. Okay. This is a new one. This is the neutral path of Westopolis.
You deliberately disobeyed me, Shadow.
No one tells me what to do. I have my own reasons for collecting the Chaos Emeralds.
You really don't understand the situation here, do you? Perhaps Professor Gerald has done more to your memory than I imagined.
The Professor?
Yeah, and then here's an interesting thing. With the 3 endings... Hang on, let's play it.
What'd you say?
Silence! The ramifications of your disobedience will be severe.
Yeah, the one thing is, you can, like, in terms of canon, you can only get one of the 3 endings from, Westopolis, because Westopolis has 3 endings and 3 different cutscenes. We'll see the other cutscene when we get to the evil path. We saw the first one where Sonic was like, that was sweet, Shadow. Shadow's like, shut the fuck up. We saw that one where it's basically like, you don't side with anyone, you just get the Chaos Emeralds, and then Shadow walks up like a boss. We'll see the other one when we get to the evil side, because that's the only one we haven't seen yet. So... in this interestingly enough, even though we went semi-hero, it says semi-hero, we actually went neutral route.
What? Where am I?
Instead of going straight into that same cutscene again with Sonic and then moving on. Yeah, so we saw Black Doom use his Chaos Control for the first time. At least I think it was Chaos Control.
His powers.
It's a similar effect to his Chaos Control later on in the game.
There's definitely something going on out there. Now it's up to me to find out what they're up to.
Yeah. Same cutscene again, skip.
Ending gen. Kind.
Yeah.
Again.
See, oh wow, alright. We actually are retreading. We might actually get through this quicker than I think then. Chaos Emerald. Okay, this is new. Alright, this is new. The one with Team Chaotix. Because Team Chaotix actually have a pivotal role, but you never see it unless you pick certain routes.
At this rate, the entire day will be wasted.
Yeah!
Hey, back off. Data retrieval isn't exactly my specialty.
Let me do it then.
Stop bugging him, Charmy!
And even then, you actually run into Charmy. What makes more sense
An assassin?
is that if you went neutral from the level he ended up at in the last cutscene, if you actually pick the neutral route there, it actually makes more sense because you do a mission for Charmy, you end up on Prison Island again from SA2. I think it's SA2 anyway. And you do Charmy's mission there, and then it leads directly into this cutscene. I know, I did it last night. So that would have been a more interesting way to take the semi-hero route, in my opinion, but it is what it is.
Well, if it isn't
Because this version, this computer room area actually ends up in a dark story mission as well.
Well, don't you? Well, we need your help to hack into his computer. Don't ask why, and we don't have any more time to waste.
Well, what a coincidence. I'd like to know what the good old doctor's up to as well.
A karate chop solves all problem, guys. If you run into a problem, karate chop. Shadow has proven it works, so it must work, right? He's the ultimate life form, of course it works. It's got it.
This may be the big case. Espio, we're counting on you.
Roger that. Roger, roger. Yeah. And we get our first Eggman boss of the video.
So, I see you sneaky rats are back again, huh?
Damn, we've been detected.
Damn.
Doctor, please tell me. I need to know about my past. Who am I? What am I doing here?
Are you still wondering who you are, Shadow? There's nothing to tell, Shadow. You have no past.
What?
Don't listen to him. He's just trying to trick you. You've got to focus. Destroy him and let's get out of here.
Yep. Eggman's role throughout the entirety of this game is to gaslight Shadow into thinking he has no past and he's a creation of the Doctor instead of being the actual ultimate life form. That's like Eggman. That's Eggman's entire role in this game is just to gaslight Shadow.
Behold the ultimate.
And he immediately suffered for it. Lamau. Oh. This the same cutscene again? This might be the same cutscene again as the one we just saw with the hero story. I think it is. I'm gonna wait. Yep, same cutscene. Alright, skip ahead. This is different though.
Colony.
Two of them start the same, but they're different.
This place. So familiar. But why?
YouTube!
This is where I...
So I don't even know if it's YouTube or if it's the video again. Yeah, the events of SA2 that we play through on stream.
Died?
Oh yeah, bring it on!
He having an existential crisis, Sonic. Yeah!
Looks like the party's getting started. Time to rock and roll! You up for this, Shadow?
Yeah. It's like, I'm having an existential moment, Sonic. Here we go.
Damn it. What does it all mean? These memories, the Doctor's actions and words. Nothing makes sense. Was it real?
It's been a long...
And this is where, before I let this play on, this is a cutscene that should have been in the True Hero story if it was canon. I know this game came out years after. I don't know when the interview with Izuka was, but if this was meant to be the canon story, they should have put like most of the cutscenes into this version of events. This is the semi-hero path. This isn't even True Hero. If you go True Hero throughout the entire game, you miss this cutscene. And it's a bloody integral one at that. So, yeah, you'll see why.
Time. Shadow.
First of all, Human pulls up to Shadow with a gun.
And how do you know my name?
I know you, Shadow the Hedgehog. You killed everyone I loved. My family, Maria. I've been waiting all my life for this day.
What? Me? And Maria?
Maria was like a sister to me. she was the only family I knew. And because of you, she was killed. Witnessing it all, the plan to create that horrifying evil creature. That black creature, and that insane professor who unleashed it all!
The thing is, though, like, these events don't make sense either.
The professor created me.
Yes.
With Black Doom?
You don't fool me! It's not just about Maria. Thanks to you, everyone I knew and loved was killed when the Ark was destroyed. Worst of all, my family! Finally, justice is served!
First of all, you're foolish to think Shadow would just take that.
If what you say is true, then I will respectfully accept my fate.
You mean to tell me that you really don't remember a thing?
But I just need some time to uncover the real truth.
What I don't get is this character right here, this effing commander of G.U.N. Why does he blame Shadow when it was G.U.N. themselves that came onto the Ark and started cleaning house? Like, you'd think that would be something you'd learn, especially when you're his age. We don't know how old I'm gonna assume the gray hair is like, actually no, I think he had gray hair as a child, didn't he? He did. Okay, right. I'm gonna assume he's like maybe like in his 40s, maybe mid 40s, being generous. Actually no. No, he'd be after 50 because Shadow creation was like 50 years ago. Yeah. Okay. So then, yeah, you'd think he'd learn the actual events of what happened with Project Shadow. If he's the commander of G.U.N., he'd have access to all that information if he's like the top dog. And yeah, he somehow blames Shadow. That, or he's really like pushing all of that stuff to the back of his head and blaming Shadow just because he knows the actual truth. But he's blaming Shadow because it's like, no, G.U.N. would never do that. The G.U.N. would never do that. What the hell? Lo and behold, that's probably actually... I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually the case. I doubt we'll explore... I wonder if we will explore more of this character here. In Sonic X Shadow Generations. I doubt it. It'd be very interesting to see if they do, but I don't think they will. But you know what I mean? This dude just comes off as a raving idiot. Despite being the top dog at G.U.N. or G.U.N. or whatever. So yeah, it's just a bit weird. Anyway, let's keep moving. Oh, the computer room.
Black Doom, I need to know the truth. Am I the one the humans refer to as the evil one? Tell me. I need to know.
It is true. I created you. You are a part of me.
Hey, Shadow!
God, like Vector was like looking weird.
If that's true, then I'll have to accept my responsibilities for my crimes. I will avenge the victims who died aboard the Ark on that tragic day.
The humans seem to have convinced you with this absurdity. Therefore, I have no choice but to kill you too.
Yeah, then we get some cutscenes. So this is the... I don't know if they're going to go through all of the endings. Because they didn't show off the ending in the True Hero story. Where you actually end up facing Sonic and the G.U.N. commander. They only showed off the ending that had Black Doom, where you face Black Doom. There's 2 endings to every route. That's why I'm like curious, because we'll look at all of the routes. We'll look at all of the cutscenes, like all of the endings as well. And this one's dark. This particular ending.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, this isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, a research experiment gone deadly wrong. I've caused so much destruction. I should never have been created. This is who I am.
Hey, don't go there! Yet, things may not be what they seem. You could be...
This is the darkest ending in the entire game. Because of one reason, and it's because of the fact that it is implied that Shadow unalives himself. This game is rated E10+, by the way, when it came out. Or I think it'd be like, for EU, I don't know if Peggy was a thing. If it was like, yeah, Peggy 10. Like, actually, hang on, be right back. Give me a sec. I have my copy of Shadow. I can check the rating on it. Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, actually, yeah, for us on the PEGI system in the EU, it's rated 12+. And Shadow is hinted to completely unalive himself. It's so messed up. I'm pretty sure I'm actually gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure there is a route directly, like, it's called Shadow's Second Death, ? I want to see if I can find it. Because there's 300+ routes you can go through with all of the levels by going like, oh, a bunch of good, a bunch of, excuse me, like a bunch of good, a bunch of evil and all that. So hang on, all Shadow the Hedgehog routes. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, there's like there's all the quiet, yeah. Shadow. Yeah, Route 76. Shadow's Second Death. I'll put this up on screen as well for for the clip. But it's so messed up, dude. It's actually incredibly messed up. Holy crap. And this is in a E10+, 12+ game, depending on where you live. That's actually insane. Alright, let's head back. Yeah, I'm actually going to keep the list of these up, just in case I do want to refer back to them. Right, so we're on the neutral route now. The neutral route is basically run through the entire game. You run through the entire game and that's it. Once again, we can skip this. We're going to skip all the cutscenes we've seen. We're probably gonna end up skipping a couple here. Yeah. And they're also not showing off the dark cutscenes. For the hero route. They're probably not going to show the hero cutscenes for... Yeah, see, we're going to be skipping a lot. Let's find... No, actually, we were not here. We were never here. Okay. New cutscene coming up. This is the Prison Island mission that I mentioned with Charmy. Where if you do Prison Island first, and then do the hero mission, you get the cutscene with the Chaotix trying to break into Eggman's... like computer and trying to figure out what's going on.
Chaos emeralds around here.
And this is a good one as well. Yep.
What?
The moment Shadow was freed by Eggman.
That's right.
Or captured by G.U.N.
Somehow escaped, but was then captured by those humans.
Yeah.
But from where? And why?
So that was, while it was footage from SA2, I think. While that was footage from SA2, he refers to the moment that he got off the Ark and landed on Earth, but was then immediately sealed away because of the fact that they wanted Project Shadow hidden. I'm surprised they didn't. Well, I suppose they probably knew they couldn't take him out and destroy him, so they just decided to do the whole seal him in a jar type thing instead. Hang on, I'll check something.
Those idiots! They're destroying everything! How can I take over the city and build the Eggman Empire if there is no city? I'm at my limit. I have no choice. Send in the Eggman fleet. Charge!
I bet no one.
Alright, don't worry. I was watching. I just have to check something with my headset. They're acting a bit weird.
Transported this brilliant flying fortress to this planet over 2,000 years ago.
Damn.
It's magnificent. The perfect killing machine. Ready to oppose terror in unimaginable ways.
Bro, I wouldn't trust this 2,000-year-old, like, piece of rock.
Do these fools really believe they can stop me?
Isn't that the doctor?
And you know what the thing is about this specific cutscene? If you've played neutral up to this point, he recognizes Dr. Eggman. However, I can't remember the exact route. Like I said, this game is so massive for no reason. There's a route where he doesn't know who Dr. Eggman is up until he's reminded of him. It's like, oh, right, yeah, it's Dr. Eggman. And it's like, well then, how do you know him or not? Pick one. And even then, you should definitely know him from Sonic Heroes. Like, he acts like he doesn't know Sonic at one point as well, in one of the routes as well. Like, it's so inconsistent when you consider Sonic Heroes existed where he's also looking for the truth to his past, but Neo Metal Sonic was messing with him. But now Eggman's doing the exact same thing and gaslighting him and thinking, oh yeah, you're one of my creations, you're like, you have no past, what are you talking about? I'll get to the whole creation thing in this video because it is brought up, but yeah.
Shadow, do not fear.
Get out of here. There we go.
Huh? What the?
Backflip. Backflip.
How can this be? Who are you?
Listen up, Shadow androids. The Eggman fleet is strong, but those black creatures are a formidable adversary. I must return to the base to devise a new plan.
This is a very cool idea, to be honest.
Shadow? Android? Am I an android too?
I wish the Shadow androids were utilized more. I really wish they were utilized more in other media outside of Shadow the Hedgehog. They weren't utilized in...
Approaching this direction.
Hi, Omega. They weren't used in Sonic Heroes, despite that we got a cutscene with, like, a destroyed Shadow android after the Egg Albatross fight. They're shown off here, and they are, like, enemy combatants, which is fun. But they're never used after this point. So maybe Eggman, like, tossed the idea out once Shadow decided to, like, forget about his past and stuff. Or to leave the past behind him, as we'll see. Or maybe he just... Maybe... Shadow went and destroyed them myself. There can only be one ultimate life form, so I don't know. Either way, very weird. I would have liked to have seen more of a concept surrounding it. Maybe we have a Shadow android that like goes the route of Omega, but like maybe changes the color of his quills from like maybe red to gold or something, or red to like green or something like that. It's a very like this is my OC don't steal idea, but I think it could be done well, like if done right. Obviously, like the idea of a Shadow android that is roaming around the world, dealing with the fact that they look like the ultimate life form, like, and having to like come to terms with like maybe becoming their own person, like as a robot or an android, maybe like having a whole like look change and stuff like that. Like I think that idea could work well, but it needs to be handled so delicately, I think, because it's just like you could end up like running the same. You could end up treading old ground. Like you could end up doing like we don't want like a Scourge. Now Scourge is gone. Like Scourge and the Archie comic characters are basically non-canon at this point. But you don't want to do like that. We don't want to have another Scourge that's meant to be like, oh, I'm evil, Shadow. Oh, like we already had that. We don't need another version of that. All right, let's go.
Shadow and Omega? Why, you traitors! You two are going to stop me? Move aside!
No.
Doctor, please, I need to know. Those androids, the ones that look like me, am I?
Yes.
What?
You and Omega are my creations. But you betray me as you stand here before me. So now, I will destroy you both, turning you into scrap metal!
And this is integral to the last story, because Eggman has a big moment in that. We'll come back to it if it's shown off. If not, I'll find it and we'll look at it together. But this also leads into the cutscene we saw with the semi-hero path, where we saw Shadow Chaos Control into what looked to be like a gun base or whatever, and he's like, damn it, what does it all mean? The Doctor's actions and words, nothing makes sense, because Eggman has been gaslighting him this entire time. We only saw Eggman once, and that was in his computer mainframe, in Eggman's computer mainframe, and it was like, oh, you have no past to remember. But this also is considerate of what he says here. U.N. and Omega are my creations. We saw the shadow androids from back there, so it's also integral to that plot point. This game, bro.
Eggman, I will defeat you once and for all.
Let's go.
This is what you get.
Yeah, once again, we get a little bit of a... Basically a different version of the same fight that we saw. He stays up on this little platform, you have to shoot him, then he comes down at the halfway point, and then you have to take him out then. Yeah. Now we're at the final level. I do like this ending a lot, I will say. Because like I said, it leads into the credence of like a Shadow Android idea. Like, I like that idea a lot. They just never went anywhere with it.
The pieces are coming together. This ultimate life form they keep referring to is the Black Hedgehog, and he died, and I'm its copy.
Oh, I just realized that wouldn't have even worked. Now that Emerald's back, yeah, Shadow Android plot that I mentioned, like with dealing with becoming like a person of their own making, yeah, it wouldn't work because Emerald exists, or Emerald's been existing, but Emerald is now brought back into the spotlight. So yeah, my idea wouldn't work at all. Never mind. Because now we're gonna get, because Emerald is Sonic Battle, mainly Sonic Battle, and there is a bit of Sonic Advance 3 in there as well. I think we reacted to that on stream though, so it kind of fits anyway. We already did that, but yeah. Damn, yeah, I completely forgot about Emerald. Yeah, so that whole Shadow the Hedgehog plotline that I mentioned, where it's like, oh yeah, like they go off on their own, maybe they change the color of their quills from red to whatever. But we have Emerald, who basically is tossed, who is basically taken in by Gerald, experimented upon, goes nuts on the Ark. Then eventually we get, like, fast forward 50 plus years later, Eggman finds him, can't get it to work. Then we get the whole thing of Sonic Battle, which is a very good story. But yeah.
I must be the android Dr. Eggman created. Then it's clear what needs to be done. Doctor, you're going straight to the place you created me from.
Nice.
Nice to see you, Shadow Android.
Interesting. They're only doing the hero route, which is interesting. I wonder if we're gonna get the dark endings further in the video. I'm hoping so.
But did you really think that?
Because those other endings are very good as well.
Dr. Eggman, I will destroy you and reign supreme.
Eggman's such a raw character. Or Eggman. Omega.
Whatever heaven created me, you're going straight to hell.
Why, you little... You're nothing but pieces of scrap metal. Once I'm done with you, you'll be thrown in the junkyard.
Weird audio issues there.
Wrath.
I don't know if you guys heard that.
I'll turn both of you into scrap with my latest and greatest
mandatory boss segment.
No, don't drop them here.
And Eggman, one of Eggman's most stupidest ideas, with that being the egg dealer, because it just shows that like they have the buttons on the outside, so that way Shadow can just hit them and like turn it against Eggman. It's so dumb. It's not even that fun a boss fight. You just go up, homing attack 3 times, and then maybe you get a weapon to like whittle him down a bit more, but you rely solely on the gambling mechanic in that boss fight.
Finally, I've got all the chaos.
I like this ending a lot.
I made you.
It's probably because it's the first one I ever did.
This is how you repay me?
I am Shadow Android, the ultimate battle life form created by Eggman. You may have created me, Doctor, but I will now lead this empire and androids will rule. This is who I am.
Eggman, target acquired. Locked and loaded. Fire.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor.
You can imagine the shock value seeing like if I could speak, Shadow straight up murked Eggman. Like straight up murks Eggman in all but one ending where you face, I think there's 4 endings you encounter Eggman, and they're in the semi-hero or semi-dark hero and dark endings respectively, where you fight Eggman and the Egg Dealer again. And only, I think, in the semi-dark hero ending, do you let Eggman live. All of the others, Eggman gets murked. And that's mad to think, because imagine if that was canon. Like, imagine if that was somehow canon. Now, obviously it's not, because even if one of these routes was to be canon, Eggman shows up again in the last story, so it could be completely null and void. And also, the line, "Goodbye, Doctor," would not make sense in the absolute slightest. But the idea of, like, damn, like, Shadow could have done that, and it could have been canon. It's very unlikely it could have been, but the fact that that opportunity was there is actually kind of mad. Alright, more cutscenes to skip through. Semi-dark, we're probably gonna be retreading ground. Actually, we mightn't be retreading ground with the next one. Oh, okay, right, they go neutral for this mission. Okay, interesting. No, we gotta keep going. We're gonna get like 3 cutscenes in a row that are... 4 cutscenes in a row that are actually... Oh, new cutscene. Okay, let me go back. Okay, sick. New cutscene. This is what I was mentioning. This is the area where Team Chaotic shows up in the semi-good path.
Where am I? Isn't that Dr. Eggman?
Because you actually do the reverse of what you do in the semi-hero path, where what you do is you, instead of going into the mainframe and helping the Chaotix, you actually go into the United Nations, or basically Sonic version of the UN, pretty much, mainframe, and you like have a whole level in there where you meet Rouge and stuff like that as well. So, and then you end up here rather than doing the reverse like I mentioned with Chaotix.
Maybe he can tell me about those black creatures.
We get another boss fight, I think, after this. Yep.
Another Chaos Emerald.
Another boss fight with Eggman.
What are you doing here, Shadow?
This is like the only cutscene I think where Eggman doesn't gaslight Shadow, but I'm willing to be proven wrong.
I want to fight with you, but I need those Chaos Emeralds. They hold the secret to my...
Enough of this nonsense! The Chaos Emeralds belong to me! All of them! No one gets in my way. Those who do will be destroyed.
Yeah.
So stand clear or I will crush you. Just as I will those black creatures.
Yeah, so Eggman's just on his regular BS again. He wants all the Chaos Emeralds for whatever scheme he's hatching. So he actually doesn't say anything gaslighty to Shadow here for a first. Every other cutscene, he gaslights Shadow into believing he's an android or he doesn't have a past or something along those lines. This cutscene is what my copy of the PS2 version of Shadow the Hedgehog crashes on. It's this specific cutscene that completely is messed up. Can't get past this level because it hitches and stops.
Creatures. How do they know me? Who was I before this? What?
Yeah, and this is an integral one because this is part of one of the missions. I think there's like... I'm trying to think if there's any other CG cutscenes in the game itself, like between levels. I think this is the only one.
You seem troubled.
You.
First of all, he just turned his whole head like 180 degrees, which is weird.
Yes, that's right. The space colony Ark. 50 years ago.
The Ark? 50 years ago? That's me.
Yeah, and then Gun chasing them down. Chasing them both down.
That's right. This will remind you what the humans did to you. Never forget that horrifying image.
To be honest, like, this whole game is Gaslight Shadow the Hedgehog, I suppose.
Shadow, I just can't leave everyone else behind. Please, you need to rescue the people being held by the gun soldiers in the laboratory.
Yeah. This is the one of 2 bosses, which are the exact same boss that I mentioned with the hero side.
Heavy Dog reporting in. Primary target and the girl have been located. Acquiring targets. En route to intercept and destroy.
What the?
Yeah.
Please, Shadow, help me.
Humans willing to sacrifice their own when overcome by greed. They are a foolish race.
And this is like,
Heartless humans, get out of my way.
yeah, this is like, this whole level was just Black Doom gaslighting Shadow into believing that, well, that did happen, the whole like Maria situation, but like trying to embolden Shadow to be more of a like a rageful like maniac and monster rather than like tempering himself because of Maria's memory. So interesting to say the least. Oh, new cutscene. We're gonna get a lot of new cutscenes coming through.
Sir, your transport is ready. We must go now. Sir, please.
Once again, I have failed my duty to protect our nation.
Sir, it's not over. We can continue to fight. The Black Aliens may have rendered us unable for now, but we will rally, sir. You must keep your nation strong and together.
Yes, keep the nation united. No matter what happens, we'll never surrender to these creatures. This much I learned from them.
I still don't understand how he could have gotten that picture.
Sir, please hurry.
Unless they somehow got it after the events of Sonic Heroes and before this game. Which I doubt, because Shadow wouldn't have like a real reason.
Black creatures will feel their own bloody hell.
Like, it doesn't, like, nothing makes sense.
What a pathetic sight. Shadow, follow them. Make sure they understand their situation.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, so you do the mission,
This
regardless, you
makes
pick
5 Chaos Emeralds.
You pick one of 3 options, because you actually pick neutral, hero, or villain in that instance.
Is near. Bring all of the Chaos Emeralds to me immediately.
Which is mad, because one of the missions is actually to take out the president in that instance. But what's mad is that regardless of what mission you do, the president survives regardless. So like, because the president and the commander and like all of the characters we know show up in the last story. So that's why the whole canonicity of like each of the routes is like all thrown into question, because it's like, what one is the best one that actually makes the most sense leading up to the last story.
Okay, 2 more and then the truth about my past will be revealed. I'll finally know who I am.
Who I am.
Shadow,
I'm all
we
of me.
seem to have a problem with rats running loose on the base. Return immediately to the Black Comet and exterminate them.
The Black Comet?
Yes. Oh,
Shadow!
this is the hero route.
And those 6.
This is what I was mentioning. This is one of the 3 endings, 4, excuse me, that we see where we end up fighting Eggman.
Chaos Emeralds to me, like a good boy.
No,
You
fuck
were
you.
unleashed to find the emeralds. Excellent job, Shadow. You've done well. Now hand them over.
Not a chance.
What?
I need these emeralds to help me uncover my past. They're not going anywhere.
Well then, we'll just see about that. Shadow, prepare yourself.
Yeah, it's just the same boss fight again. The egg dealer, like I mentioned, is such a ridiculous boss fight.
With my finest creation yet. What in the world is that thing?
Oh, so hey Knuckles, I guess. Suddenly Knuckles. Knuckles actually does help. Does end up helping you if you pick the hero option in that mission, like the last mission.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
How dare you defy me?
Shut up.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog.
What ending is this?
I and only I know what is best. No one can tell me what to do. This is who I am.
Yeah, like chaotic neutral.
What?
And then...
Goodbye, Doctor.
God, yeah, like I said, there's 4 endings. 3 of them, Eggman catches, like 4 endings with Eggman as the boss, and 3 out of 4 of them, Eggman catches a karate chop. Like, I think it's neutral good, karate chop. Neutral bad, karate chop. Semi-good evil, karate chop. I think the semi-evil good route is actually the only route. No, actually, that's what we just witnessed. I think, right, it's the semi-good evil route then. God, all these endings drive me nuts. But either way, he's catching karate chops left and right. He's not getting away with that one. At least 3 out of 4 times. Alright, let's keep it going. Pure Dark. Okay, we're going to see a lot of cutscenes then, but we're going to see a lot of... we're going to see a new one actually after this one. Yeah, the next one is a new cutscene. So let's have a gander.
Emergency broadcast to all mobile units. Headquarters to all mobile units. All points bulletin. Be on the lookout for Shadow, the Black Hedgehog. Wanted in connection with the terrorist attacks. Last seen in the vicinity of downtown Westopolis. Orders are, capture him. Dead or alive.
You can certainly try.
Stop! Don't move, or we'll shoot!
Stupid humans.
Very impressive, Shadow.
Who are you?
You don't remember anything, do you? But you will in time. But now, there's no time to waste here. Go and access the United Federation's mainframe. Understand?
Got it.
Yeah, this is what will lead into the next cutscene, which I mentioned prior with, right, not this one. Damn, there's like a lot of cutscenes.
This man against
this one here, because access the United Federation leads you straight into Eggman. But we already seen this cutscene, so we're gonna skip ahead. We also seen that one. Yeah, we're getting like low on cutscenes. We've already.
Mr. President, there's an emergency.
New one. Here's a new one.
What now?
It seems as if our ground forces have been able to contain the Black Arms. But apparently enemy reinforcements have arrived, and Central City is being invaded.
How? How can this be?
Yeah. Pure Dark, we see Shadow with a whole alien army behind him, which is mad.
Shadow, let me share with you a piece of your past. It's filled with nothing but hatred and contempt for the humans.
Hatred and contempt for the humans.
Yeah, once again, everyone just gaslights Shadow the Hedgehog because that's not even remotely close.
Feared you and wanted to destroy you, and they did. Now, you must amass revenge on those humans. Unleash your anger and ultimate powers on them.
Yeah, gaslight central. There we go, there's the arc.
So, you finally come to realize just how abominable these humans are.
Mad.
It's time to make all final preparations for our ritual. Hidden inside that space colony ark is the most powerful weapon, able to pierce stars. The Eclipse Cannon.
Piercing the stars.
Yeah, that one's weird. That delivery is a bit jank, but it is what it is.
Are needed to demonstrate its full power, or tomorrow's prosperity ritual will all be for nothing.
Prosperity ritual? Tomorrow?
Now, go. What fools. Humans created the Eclipse Cannon to protect themselves from terror. Instead, it will be used to destroy mankind.
And there we go. Nah, oh, actually, I think we get another CG cutscene. Never mind. We actually do get another CG cutscene. I just remembered.
Arc to headquarters. Come in. Come in. Shadow's penetrated the arc. He's headed toward the control room of the Eclipse Cannon.
Come in, Eclipse Cannon. He must be stopped at all costs. Take him out. That's an order.
10-4. Copy that.
The one, yeah, Blue Falcon, because it's literally the exact same boss fight as Heavy Dog, only it floats in the air.
The Black Arms. We are here to take rule of this planet. Any attempts to resist are futile and will result in death. New humans are so pathetic.
Damn you.
As of today, this planet is mine.
You're crazy. We will not.
Now, we will begin to exterminate all of the world's leaders who resist.
What?
Yeah. And this is the other CG cutscene outside of the last story.
For this planet is near. It is time to embrace the dawn of your demise and despair.
Ugh, Independence Day. I've never watched that movie, but everyone says Independence Day, so I know it's a reference to that. Yeah, and somehow the president escaped that, despite literally like him reacting like what, and then the eclipse cannon getting fired off like almost immediately after that. So somehow they got away.
Are you all right?
Never mind me. What about the people of Central City?
My drip is.
No need to worry, sir. Orders were issued yesterday, and everyone has been evacuated to the safe zone.
This is the problem with this game. The stakes are meant to be monumentally high in Shadow the Hedgehog, but they do the exact same thing Sonic Forces did, where it's like something catastrophic happens to like a city or area in the Sonic world, and then you'll get a note or a voice note or a cutscene that basically says, oh, by the way, we evacuated everyone, so no one got hurt in the cataclysm or whatever the hell happened. Where's the stakes? You don't have to like list off individually like, oh, we've had we've had a couple. You just say, even just we've had a couple of casualties, but most of us got out okay, because that adds stakes, because there are casualties, and rather than just, oh, everyone just survives. Miraculously survives an Eclipse Cannon blast from that point. There's no way in God's green earth do they until they the Blue Falcon contacted Gun HQ about the fact that Shadow's headed toward the Eclipse Cannon. What do we do? And he's given the order. There is no way up until Shadow goes to the Ark and then they get alerted that someone's on the Ark, and it's like, okay, right, they're going to try and go for the Eclipse Cannon. We need to get people out of here. Even with that amount of time, you would still see casualties. Like, in that scenario. No, I know I'm thinking a bit too hard on it. It's bloody Shadow the Hedgehog. What am I talking about? But, you see what I mean? Like, if you're going to have stakes, there has to be consequences to those stakes, if that makes any bit of sense. It makes sense in my brain. I don't know if it makes sense to anyone else. But it makes sense to me, damn it. But yeah, stakes are important, but don't just toss the stakes away by like, oh, no one got hurt. No, that's not how it works at all. Anyway, let's go. My drip is.
Very good, Commander.
Now what's going on?
Commander, the invaders! Estimated over 1,000 black aliens inbound. They've penetrated our outer perimeter.
What?
According to reports, Shadow's also been sighted with the black aliens.
Shadow? I don't believe it. So he's finally decided to show himself. Attention,
He
all
wasn't
command
exactly
units.
hiding.
Mobilize all mech battle sections. Prepare all weapons to strike incoming vessels. Mobilize Diablon.
But sir, it's not ready yet.
I don't care. We have no other option. We must protect the President and the Chaos Emeralds at all costs.
Yes, sir.
Shadow, damn you. It's been 50 years. Justice will finally be
I've
served.
updated my audio equipment. I can make a few Snaps Cube references. I haven't made that many.
I'm counting on you.
I know, Professor. The ultimate life form born to ensure peace and justice amongst all of mankind. Now, I know what I have to do.
Yeah, then this is the final mission of the Dark Story.
Only one Chaos Emerald left.
You disobeyed my orders.
Wow, they went hero route for every ending. We don't even get to see... I'm hoping they do show off the other endings. So the fact that we actually see the ending where he goes pure dark but hits the hero route for the very last mission. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I told you. No one tells me what to do.
Despite the fact that you listened to Black Doom for almost the entirety of this specific route being the true dark route, you committed so many war crimes, Shadow. Shadow, you committed so many war crimes. What are you doing? No one tells me what to do. What does that even mean? What does that mean, Shadow? Oh my god. And then he's like, no one tells me what to do. It's like, bro, okay. Okay, Shadow. Like, dear god. Right, let's go.
I need these emeralds to uncover the truth about my past.
Shadow, you committed so many war crimes.
What do you think vermin like you could accomplish on your own? Let me show you. Those who commit mutiny against me.
Yeah, the fact that Black Doom actually considers it mutiny as well. It's like, oh. I'm actually curious about this ending. I don't remember this one all that much. The hero ending to the Pure Dark Saga. I imagine it's just, oh, I'm gonna rule instead. Kind of like, I won't say chaotic evil, but like a neutral evil. I don't know. Weird. As in like, in a D&D alignment chart, like chaotic, lawful, neutral, you know what I mean?
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Right, I'm actually curious about this ending. I don't remember it.
Shadow. This isn't over yet. The Black Arms will rise again.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form born to rule all. With the power of these emeralds, I'm going to conquer the universe. This is who I am.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So he just goes full-blown tyrant. Last story. Last story! We missed so many endings. Hang on, let me see. We missed so many endings. Hang on, we need to get more endings. Right. I'm gonna look up, right. Shadow the Hedgehog. All endings. I'm very surprised I didn't cover all the endings. Okay, this might be all endings explained. So many these cutscenes are gonna be crunchy. Right. So we've seen the hero endings for basically all of the routes. We need to see the dark endings for each of them now. So we've got neutral, dark, we haven't seen. Apologies for the quality, but there isn't that many current day videos of Shadow the Hedgehog gameplay, aside from that last one. And like even then some of the other ones as well, but they didn't have all of the endings and stuff. I had a bunch of gameplay in them. If we were going to watch gameplay, I would have played it myself.
The Chaos Emeralds.
I made you, and this is how you repay me?
I am Shadow Android, the ultimate life form, a copy of Shadow the Hedgehog. With the power of these emeralds, I will be stronger than him. This is who I am.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor.
Yeah, so basically it's because he's been so heavily gaslit into thinking he's an android that he's like, oh, I'm going to be even stronger than the ultimate life form, despite the fact that he actually is the ultimate life form. Okay, semi-hero, hero ending. We've seen that one. That's the really depressing one. Semi-dark hero ending we saw. Semi-hero dark ending, and according to this person, the best non-canon ending in their opinion. So I don't remember all these ones. Oh, this is the one I was talking about with Eggman. One of the 4 endings with Eggman that have who gets karate chopped.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
You ungrateful little pest. Have you forgotten that it was my grandfather who created you?
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form, born and raised aboard the Ark. I shall live on. I am the protector of the Ark. I am living proof of the ultimate life form. This is who I am.
What?
Leave now and never return. I won't allow anyone to violate the sacred Ark.
Yeah, straight up just let Eggman leave this time around, which is why a lot of people think this is like, in terms of the story, like the story route that you pick, that a lot of people think this is like the canon ending before, you know, like you basically get the last time, at the final boss. So that explains a lot of like, oh, Eggman still exists in the last story, so none of the other Eggman endings can possibly exist because he kills Eggman in those ones. We don't, the one where he's like wanting to conquer the universe, the ones where he's like ruling by Black Doom, the one where there's the true dark ending. Actually, I won't spoil it since we're going through all of the endings now. I've kind of already spoiled a lot of other ones. But this game came out in 2005, so like I'm not too stressed about spoilers. But yeah, like that's why like a lot of people see this one, because at the very end of the game he's shown above on the Ark. So yeah, there's a bit of credence to it. Doesn't have to be true hero, even though Shadow was a hero and that'll never change. But yeah, the semi-dark ending. Yeah, because we saw the hero ending with that's the semi-hero dark ending, excuse me. So we're seeing the semi-dark ending because we saw semi-dark and the hero ending. So we actually fought Eggman in this scenario, but you actually end up fighting Sonic and the gun soldier who was in the Diablon mech, which is why you saw Sonic there. Sonic.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
So this is semi-dark, yeah, semi-dark dark ending.
Shadow. Why are you siding with them? I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form born to protect and serve the Dark Lord, Black Doom. With the power of these Chaos Emeralds, this world will become the Dark Empire. This is who I am.
This is an interesting ending. I like that ending a lot, for the reason of it being the fact that's the semi-dark ending. Meaning, the more you go on the dark route, you either true dark is actually no, we'll see it. Actually, no, we'll watch it now. But the semi-dark is, oh, I'm gonna rule over everyone. I'm gonna conquer the universe myself, not with Black Doom like that one they show there. Right, let me see the. Oh, it's actually the ending that comes up next. Yeah, we'll get to watch it together. We'll get to watch it now. About like the true dark ending and how ironic and funny, but also really cool that the semi-dark ending is him siding with Black Doom, but this is true evil for him.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Shadow, what are you gonna do with them? I'm Shadow, the Hedgehog. I was created to bring order and justice to the humans. With the power of these emeralds, I'm going to destroy this damn planet.
This is who I am.
Straight up chaotic evil. I really like that. I like the fact that the more you go on the evil route, the more ambitious he becomes, rather than being like the true evil being, because the true hero is the one that we saw where he faces Black Doom with Sonic and it's like, we're gonna take you down, Black Doom. But instead he's like, no, fuck everyone, I'm gonna say all the F words I want, Sonic. No, Shadow, stop. But yeah, no, like, it's actually crazy that he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just like, this place is going kaboom. It's actually insane, but awesome in a weird way. Right, so what do we got next? So yeah, so this is the dark ending of the hero route, pure hero. So instead of fighting Sonic or fighting with Sonic against Black Doom, you actually end up fighting Sonic at the very end. And Diablon, because that's like the final boss for the hero or for the dark routes mainly. It's either Eggman, depending on the route, or Sonic.
Finally,
Sonic and Diablon.
I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Man, I didn't think you had it in you.
I like this ending a lot as well, actually.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and now I am the most powerful hedgehog in the world. The power of these emeralds makes me invincible. I am the ultimate hedgehog. This is who I am.
Yeah, Shadow basically just goes full Vegeta in that ending, which I like a lot, because it's not like an evil laugh like he's done in the dark endings. It's like, yes, I am the best. I am triumphant against Sonic. Like, I am the strongest practically in the world, pretty much. And then, like, for a what if, we'll throw in a what if scenario in there. He most likely ends up going super like he does in the last story and taking out Black Doom by himself. So, like, that's very plausible. But no, I like that ending a lot as well. That one's a fun one. Because you go full hero and then you turn on it at the very end. You basically just go like, alright, Sonic, I just want to fight. Let's see, what other ones have we watched? Pure Dark Hero. We've seen that one. The Pure Hero ending, we saw that. And the true ending, we're going to watch that right now. We're going to go back to the other video that we watched. So yeah, that's all the endings. I like that, the other video I was mentioning, or this one here, actually doesn't show off all the endings, which kind of sucks. But it's important to see them all. All of them have, like, their own little, like, flair to them, or differences to them. Like I mentioned with the Pure Dark one, just that he doesn't even side with Black Doom anymore. He's just like, you know what, I'm either destroying or conquering the planet. It's mad. We're on the final few cutscenes now. Return of the Black Comet, best view tonight. And this is where everything goes wrong.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Now, I can uncover the truth about my past. All of it.
Well done.
Hey, Shadow, it's me.
Can now commence as planned. Give me the Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow! Huh? Shadow, give me the Chaos Emeralds!
Do not give the emeralds to Black Doom, Shadow.
But what if I want
planning to destroy the planet.
Ignorant fools.
I need to see Sean Schemmel deliver these lines to Goku. I need to see that.
We offer salvation.
What?
Their greed,
What?
thirst for power, and affinity for betrayal has them on a path of self-destruction. Their actions will lead to extinction of their species. We're here to save them from themselves without
If they didn't blink, I would have thought they're like,
to live through their desperate lives.
just like staring dead into space.
Humans are a great energy source for us. They will be well kept.
Alright, so they're gonna matrix it. They're gonna matrix us.
Begin our ritual of prosperity. Chaos control.
This can't be happening.
No, crap. Yeah, we get like all of the CG cutscenes at the very end. There's like 2 or 3 in the actual, like, playing through the game, playing through the different routes, and then you get like all of them at the very end. Oh look, Central City got destroyed again.
What was that? What just happened?
Those black creatures just warped the comet down to the surface using chaos control.
No, that's impossible.
That's why you needed the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, it was never to help you discover your past, my dude. Once again, gaslit the Hedgehog, the game. Like, that's what this is.
The comet's velocity isn't powerful enough to pass through another planet's atmosphere. The emeralds amplify the space-time control powers of chaos control. We need them to charge to full power. It's the perfect plan. That's why I needed the professor to help me.
What? That's insane!
Yep.
The professor was in development of the ultimate life force, but he needed my help. So we made a deal. I helped him, and he promised to deliver me the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Dear God.
That's how you were created, Shadow. You would help us do both.
Me? I can't believe it.
That can't be! He betrayed his own people for research? For Black Doom?
Dude, he tried to crash the Ark into the planet and destroy it. What do you mean? I know this, the events of Black Doom and getting in contact to make a shadow happened before all that, but you can't say that's insane when you know he's done worse. When you know he's tried to do pretty much the exact same thing.
Big deal. We can't just stand here doing nothing.
Yeah, let's do this! I'll crush that cosmic rock ball!
Knuckles, what's wrong?
Everyone gets frozen.
A special weapon. This gas, once released, is quickly absorbed into your bloodstream. In a moment, total paralysis will hit your nervous system. The end is near now.
Dang.
My dear offspring.
Dang, imagine getting frozen like that.
Savory dishes.
Black Doom straight up said English or Spanish. What the hell?
Slime balls?
Oh god, no. These weird alien things.
I will avenge those whose blood
Did
I gave you
die?
life, Shadow.
That's why you were created.
Please help me, Shadow.
Yeah, the fact that all of those lines that were just shown up to Maria were in different routes of the game. You can't get all those lines in the one route.
What?
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I've left the past behind me. No one can tell me what to do now.
F it, the past is complicated.
I will destroy you, Black Doom.
I gave you life, and this is how you repay me?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
The irony of it all is I gave you life. Now, I'll take it back.
You can certainly try. You can certainly try. And we get one level later.
You're our only hope now.
Yeah, and then one level later.
Well
yeah.
done, Shadow. You've gone farther than I expected. I'm impressed. But you still don't understand, do you? The future we offer is the only option for these humans.
I've heard enough. You're boring me to death, Black Doom. You're going down.
Yeah, I've heard all this crap before. I'm killing you.
Such bravado for a little hedgehog. I thought you were different from
I carry so much rage in this body, Black Doom. Now I gotta let it out.
And you think the same blood runs through our veins?
This can't be. Just... who are you?
Don't you know? You were created from my blood.
Now we're just rehashing information we already know.
What?
That's right. You are a part of me. Do you feel I can control you. You cannot escape me, nor can you escape your past.
Damn you! No! It's not true!
And this is where the chaotics come in. And you only get them if you go
Quiet, Charming!
hero route.
Espio, we need you to focus, because if we don't hurry, all the data we recovered will be lost!
Easier said than done. Who signed me up for this anyway?
That's it! I'll do it! Get out of the way!
Get back here, you idiot!
Ugh.
Hey, it's working!
And thus, the prophecy is fulfilled. The karate chop solves everything.
Shadow, my son!
Professor?
What is this? If you're listening to this, then the worst has happened. You need to know the truth. The government plans to shut down this research facility. The government plans to cease all of our research and imprison all who know about you. I made a terrible mistake, Shadow. It's all my fault. Making contact with that comet.
Professor Gerald?
Now listen very carefully.
Let me speak to the people, Shadow.
Black comet will return.
I'm not a big fan of the government. Dear God,
powers to
the brain
destroy
rot
this
is
planet.
settling in.
The only way to stop them was to develop a way to use the very power they intended to use against them.
That's it! It's brilliant!
Shadow, it's up to you, and only you can stop them. I developed the Eclipse Cannon. It's the only weapon that can destroy that black comet. Shadow, you are the only hope to save mankind as we know it. The future of this planet depends on you.
Don't worry, Grandfather. Shadow and I will protect this planet. Right, Shadow?
There we go.
Gerald, you fool. Shadow is already in my control. What's this?
Absolutely not.
Well. Seems like you're immune to my mind control.
You have no control over me, Black Doom.
I want to hurt your feelings so badly.
Here. I made a promise and I'm here to keep it. Today, I put my past behind me.
Ooh! Oh, you missed. Bloody chaos control, I swear.
So be prepared to meet your maker. Your past, present, and future ends here. Today, prepare to die.
Damn.
Say goodbye, Shadow, as you witness my true wrath.
Yeah, well, Black Doom made the critical mistake of leaving the Chaos Emeralds behind for Shadow to use them. Time to die, Black Doom. Yeah. Yeah. Shadow gets his own transformation without Sonic. And we won't get. I don't think the boss fight's gonna be like. Yeah, the boss fight's not gonna be fully shown, which sucks. God, I Am All of Me is such a good theme though. But this boss fight is ass, dude.
There's no need to hold back. Cause as much havoc as you need to.
I mean, it's cool. Like the spectacle is cool, but after that, yeah.
The supreme being that rules this universe. I am the immortal life form.
You wish.
I am the ultimate power.
And now we get one of the most rawest cutscenes for Shadow ever. We need more cutscenes like this.
Put the past behind me. Chaos control.
So cool, dude. Ugh. Kaboom!
Shadow, that was sweet.
I hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's fine, Rouge. After all, he is Shadow.
They did leave out a critical piece of info, which I will get. We'll get that up now in a sec. Because it is a speech that Eggman says at like the 9-minute mark. Because but you're never gonna like be in that boss fight for 9 minutes because you're gonna run out of rings, or you're just, or Black Doom is constantly teleporting.
After the way we all treated him, he saved us all in the end. We were all wrong about the professor.
Not really, though.
Let us pay homage to Professor Gerald. Let's work to ensure peace and prosperity for a brighter future. What do you say, Commander?
Excellent idea, Mr. President.
Gerald still tried to destroy Earth out of grief, but whatever. You can have both. He can.
Goodbye forever, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, this cutscene's good. I like this one. And that's it. Yay! Oh, is there no song? Oh, maybe it gets copyright claimed and that's why it's not playing. Okay. They probably muted it then on this person's video. I was wondering, it's like, where the hell is Never Turn Back? Also, there's more to this video? What I miss? Don't tell me they showed off the other endings. I swore I saw gameplay. Oh no, it's not. It's just the credits. Alright, sick. Roll credits. Fucker, we're done here. Right. There is a integral speech Eggman puts in at the very end. Eggman fandub. No, Eggman speech. Is it? I don't know how you spell speech at this point. Yeah. Oh, 11 years ago? Dear God. Confession 12 years ago? It's all gonna be borked, but we're gonna have to just listen to it. It's less the footage and more what Eggman says, if it can be heard.
This might be the last chance I have to speak to you,
so apologies for the quality. It's like 480p. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, I'll go back to the start because I was talking.
What I said about having created you, it was all a lie. Everyone died during that horrible incident, but I rescued you with one of my robots. You lost your memory, that's all. You really are the ultimate life form my grandfather created.
Yep. Which confirms the fact that Shadow is indeed Shadow, because the entire game, like I said, has been Gaslight the Hedgehog. Alright, let me swap over here real quick. I do have a video I want to watch, another video I want to watch.
This video.
It's like a 7-minute one, because I mentioned earlier that there are videos that try to basically give you a canon pathway throughout the rest of the story that makes sense up to the last story. So I do want to watch one of those videos, because I can't remember the last time I watched it. I watched a couple. I don't know if I've watched this one now, to be frank. But yeah, no, like, basically, to go back to the whole gaslighting the Hedgehog part. Oh, I went back by accident. Whoops, hang on.
This video.
Okay. Let me put on some music. In the meantime, while I chat this one out. But yeah, that whole the whole game, Shadow has been gaslighted from the very start of his campaign when Black Doom showed up to like the end, to each endings depending on the which morality you pick and stuff like that. To be fair, Sonic and Sonic's main cast, like Knuckles, Tails, and all them, they haven't tried to gaslight Shadow, and neither did Gun, the Gun Commander, because the Gun Commander was like fully on board with like, oh no, Shadow's the reason everyone died, even though, like I said, that information doesn't make sense if he's Gun Commander. Like, he should learn what actually should have happened on the Ark, because he'd have access to all that information. And so like Black Doom and Eggman have been gaslighting Shadow this entire game to be like, well, in a weird way, Shadow gaslit himself, because he's like, maybe Black Doom can tell me the secrets to my past, only for Black Doom to be like, no, I just need the emeralds, what are you talking about? So Shadow gaslit himself into thinking, to some extent, that Black Doom would reveal his past to him. And yeah, while he did, it was at a point in the story where Shadow's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm putting the past behind me, type deal. Eggman was literally like, In Sonic Heroes, I mentioned it wasn't actually Eggman saying that, oh, you've no past, because it was actually Neo Metal Sonic the entire time. But he does, surprisingly enough, Eggman pulls a Metal Sonic and says to Shadow, you have no past to remember, what are you talking about, in one of the missions. So therefore, that's gaslighting number 1 on Eggman's part. And then 2 is if you go the neutral route, and then he's like, what are you talking about? You and Omega are my creations. Like, and then he eventually confesses, and it makes more sense that the confession does come from Eggman, because he's the one that's like, oh, when I told you about, like, you were an android, you were my creation, you're not, you're actually the Shadow that we thought died in Sonic Adventure 2. And I that's neat. That's a neat little detail, that the one doing the most gaslighting in the story is the one that actually confesses about it. It's like, okay, yeah, you're right, you are Shadow the Hedgehog, you are the ultimate life form, which is kind of fun. To be honest, Black Doom has been so focused on the prosperity ritual, so yeah, he didn't really... Actually, no, he did! He gaslighted him multiple times using Maria as a catalyst. Because there's 2 cutscenes in a similar vein. One's a CG cutscene where Shadow sees himself and Maria running away from the gun soldiers chasing them. And basically, like, tries to embolden Shadow's rage and, like, hatred and direct it at the humans, rather than directing it at, like, anything else, to be honest. And then we got a similar one where it's like, oh yeah, the humans did all this, and it's like the same thing. So every time, or not every time, that Black Doom has, like, encountered... Hang on, let me rephrase. Basically, when it comes to the missions involving Black Doom, Maria, and the Ark, Black Doom is on full gaslight mode when it comes to Shadow. When it comes to Eggman, in 2 out of 3 instances they have met, he has gaslit Shadow into believing he was an android or he had no past. The third instance is just Shadow wants the emeralds. Eggman says, no, you can't have the emeralds, I want the emeralds. Basically doing his regular Eggman shtick of wanting all the Chaos Emeralds so he can enact his schemes and all that type of stuff as well. So 2 out of 3 times. And then if you go the true neutral route, Eggman does it again, actually, now that I think about it, because no, Shadow believes himself to be an android at this point, so he's fully on the android train in the neutral route. So he fully believes when Eggman is like telling him that, oh, I'm going to turn you into scrap metal, you're my creations, all that jazz. Which only backfires because then Shadow kills him in 2 of 4 endings, excuse me, involving Eggman, which is non-canon but still funny as all hell. Right, we're gonna watch this one video, and it'll be the last video we watch for today, because we watched all the cutscenes. I'm pretty sure all the cutscenes. I'm hoping I didn't miss any, because if you go each route, you pretty much get all of the cutscenes anyway. If you go each route once, you pretty much covered. It's just the endings then that really matter. Right, let's get the video up. That's Sonic Gamer with the canon path of Shadow the Hedgehog. We're not going to watch a bunch of these videos, but I do find it interesting how people try to find the one specific ending to, like, Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff like that, and I think that's pretty cool. Right, let me stop. Oh, that's the wrong scene. Let me quickly pause the music, or mute the music, and then we'll watch this one. So the canon path of Shadow the Hedgehog. What does this person have to say?
This video, I can already tell that this one's going to be controversial. Something I used to always think about for the game Shadow the Hedgehog is, what is the canon path? Out of all 326, what's that one path?
Yeah, 326 endings is so ridiculous. Or paths, excuse me.
I know I'm not the only one. Almost all of you have had the same question, and almost all of you have an answer that's different from someone else. Or after a lot of thinking, here's my answer. And again, this is my answer. I'm not saying this is the answer to go with. This is how I view it.
I actually don't have an idea on what I'd choose as a canon path, but
so
let's figure it out.
Stage 1, Westopolis, no doubt about it, easy. I'll tell you right now, Shadow isn't doing the dark mission though.
Interesting.
That's a no-go. There's just no way, because the cutscene that comes right after that is Shadow completely submitting to Black Doom by agreeing to do what he says. Sure, he could ignore him in the next stage, but I don't see it, man. I just don't see it.
Interesting.
For him to just be like, sure thing, dude. Genocide? Let's do it, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I don't see that.
And access united.
Yeah, he's like, got it.
Understand?
Got it.
Yeah, got it. He's like immediately doing Black Doom spitting,
With
yeah.
the cutscene that happens after the normal mission, I can see that happening.
You've deliberately disobeyed me.
The neutral ending.
No one tells me what to do. I have my own reasons for collecting the Chaos Emeralds.
No one tells me what to do. That's very Shadow.
Yep.
As for the cutscene after the hero mission,
God, the footage is. I think they're using actual footage as well, so that's why it's a bit
the next stage. That's Lethal Highway.
crusty.
But I'm gonna have to go with no. The normal mission just makes too much sense. Shadow's told to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and he says that it's the only way that he could figure out his past.
The only way I'm gonna get the secrets to my past is to get those Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, so he already has his
So,
like.
At first, he'll have horse blinders on and make a beeline for the emeralds. But then once he gets teleported to Glyphic Canyon, that's when his interest deviates a little.
Yeah, because he realizes how strong Black Doom is, because I'm pretty sure he used Chaos Control at will. I'm pretty sure that was Chaos Control.
Where am I?
Which makes sense as to why Shadow can use it without an emerald. That's in some cases, I don't know how canon it is. Does he need a Chaos Emerald to use Chaos Control? Because there's been, just before we continue on, I'm pretty sure there have been instances in like previous media. I don't know much about Archie comics, but they're not canon anymore. So I'm like trying to like think about his skill set. Does he need a Chaos Emerald to use Chaos Control? Because I think there have been plenty of times where he has needed an emerald, and then there's other times where he's just not needed it. But then again, maybe it's just I'm confusing his short form like teleportation with Chaos Control. So because he does it in Sonic 06 as well, and we're gonna check that out on my next stream on Wednesday, where we're gonna be going through Shadow's story and watching the cutscenes along with that. So because he does like his teleportation there as well, like is that Chaos Control? Like what's the difference in that term?
Whoa.
So yeah,
I guess I underestimated his powers. There's definitely something going on out there. Now it's up to me to find out what they're up to.
Yeah.
So we go from Westopolis to Stage 2, Glyphic Canyon. I don't think Shadow goes for the normal mission here. He seems too interested in Black Doom's plan, so the question is, does he do the Dark mission or the Hero mission? This time, I'm gonna have to go with Dark. Shadow wants to know what's
Interesting.
up. So
oh
he's
yeah,
gonna
because
play
it's
along
no,
with
it's not
Black
Eggman.
Doom's orders, you know, he's gonna just play along a little bit.
Is it Eggman?
So he's gonna play along with Black Doom's orders. You know?
Oh right, yeah,
play
it is
along
Black Doom. Right, I'm confusing it with a different mission.
Now the Hero mission could work. It could. But what follows next just doesn't connect with how I see this path ending, which you'll see soon enough. I hope you see a trend here. You know, I try to go with what happens after you do said mission, because that really factors into how this canon path works. It's not just about what you do at the moment, but what follows after that moment. Stage 3. Again, we just did the Dark mission, so we're going to Stage 3, which is Cryptic Castle.
Oh yeah.
Eggman passes by Shadow, and he gets very invested if he knows anything about his past.
The only problem with this current route is going from Glyphic Canyon to Cryptic Castle doesn't make any lick of sense, because why did Shadow pop out of a computer? So I think it's more, that's why it's so hard to narrow down like a canon path, because things are going to clash. There are going to be routes that are just do not work because the context doesn't fit. You need to know all of the cutscenes really to have all of the context, and even then, like a lot of, if not all of the endings anyway, are non-canon, because when you do the last story, the first thing you see is him doing the thing that he says at every ending is, finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds, you know? So like either way, all of the endings are non-canon. But there's probably a way to get it to line up and then lead into the final story. So yeah,
I can tell you right
this is one I agree with though. I don't think he'd do Dark in this instance.
Now he ain't helping Eggman, and he ain't helping Amy. He plays along with Black Doom due to his strength and knowledge, and Shadow wants to know what he's up to.
So we're going neutral.
When it comes to
here.
Eggman,
Interesting.
Shadow knows that he's just gonna dominate him and get answers. Like, come on now. Did you see the boss fight? Come on. As for Amy, Shadow isn't going to want to deal with distractions. He's on a mission to get to the doctor. Helping Amy isn't going to help him accomplish that. So, the normal mission wins this time.
Okay.
Stage 4.
Normal mission then.
The Doom.
Oh, I hate this mission.
So, we did a normal mission, so therefore we go to the Doom. And honestly, I believe that this is a flashback stage.
It is.
And because it's a flashback stage, it has to be in the canon.
Anything involving the arc that isn't current day. No, anything that involves the arc that has Maria involved is a flashback cutscene. There's no doubt. Because I think all three... No. There's more than 3 missions, because there's one mission where you have to race. It's outside the arc. I should specify any of the missions that involve being inside the arc, like these doors, like all that, and have Maria, is a flashback sequence. But there are other missions that involve the arc, like Cosmic Fall, and there's another mission, I think it's called Space Gadget, that you have to race Sonic to the end. Both of them are present day, but they involved outside the arc, so that's why they're like, yeah, that's why they're like present day.
Path. The Doom works better than Lost Impact does. We see a glimpse into the memory that Shadow keeps having of running away from Maria, so this has to show up eventually. Now, as for what mission he goes with, I'm gonna say the normal mission.
Interesting.
He's not gonna kill everyone with Maria by his side, and his number one priority is keeping Maria safe.
Yeah, but at the same time, in the cutscene before this actually, I might be confusing the cutscenes. That's what I mean, there's so much in this game. The cutscene I was going to refer to... Oh no, now I remember. The cutscene I was going to refer to is when Maria comes to Shadow in the flashback scene and is like, Shadow, basically like everything's going wrong, like the place is getting destroyed, help us out. And then that's the mission that leads to the Artificial Chaos mission, where you have to defeat 35 Artificial Chaos. I'm confusing that. This is the mission, I think... after the CG cutscene with Black Doom, where you see the flashback, because he just mentioned it there. Yeah, I'm confusing these in my head, so I am. There's so many different cutscenes and storylines and paths in this game. It's actually insane.
Also, even though we do heal people, I'm sorry to say, but I doubt they got off the arc. They most likely all died. So even if you did go off and heal them, they probably just got shot 2 seconds later. I'm sorry, but like, come on. So, normal mission wins
Dear
here
God.
again. And because we did the normal mission, we're going to stage 5, Air Fleet. This one is pretty easy. Shadow isn't going to try to kill the president. Even though if you do that mission, you see later on
it doesn't make
there's
sense.
A different plane that the president was in. So Dark Mission just isn't a thing here. Also, I just want to point out that Air Fleet has to be in the canon path, because you see that the president is with the G.U.N. commander in The Last Way. So... therefore, the president did escape via aircraft.
Yeah, but the dark path also makes sense in that instance, because you see the laser come down, and then the next scene, you literally see him in Gun HQ. So, I don't know.
The only option here in Air Fleet is to just go for the Chaos Emerald by doing the normal mission due to the stage that would come right after. Shadow hasn't really cared about fighting black aliens so far in this path, and he still has no reason to care. All he wants are those emeralds. So doing the normal mission brings
Dark
us
mission
to what
failed.
I truly believe is the final stage of this path. Stage 6, Black Comet. I mean, come on people, it's in the name! The hero mission says to get to the center of the base, which is basically where you start at The Last Way. The dark mission ain't gonna happen because Shadow has no reason to help Doom kill G.U.N. machines. There isn't going to be a boss here because beating any boss at the end of any path...
There's only one problem. There's only one problem with this being the final mission, and I'll get to it.
Maybe I can see the egg dealer getting beaten up, but we know what happens after you destroy the egg dealer on Black Comet.
Goodbye, Doctor.
So this is the canon path.
Doctor.
There isn't going to be a boss here because beating any boss at the end of any path contradicts The Last Way.
Yeah.
Maybe I can see the egg dealer getting beaten up, but we know what happens after you destroy the egg dealer on Black Comet.
Okay, right, he did mention it. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, is like, you kill Eggman in the end of this if you pick the hero path. Shadow kills Eggman. So it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't, like, there's a couple of things here that don't really make sense. I feel like, yeah, I believe he wouldn't side with Black Doom, but it's also, like I said, very complicated because it's a massive game. Eggman's dead,
So
but
this is the canon
he's
path.
alive.
Normal mission at Westopolis, which brings
Path 112, Reclaimed Heart.
us to doing a dark mission at Glyphic Canyon, which brings us to doing a normal mission at Cryptic Castle, which brings us to doing a normal mission at the Doom. Then we do a normal mission at Airfleet, and finally we go to Black Comet to do our hero mission. Our only hero mission.
Yeah, which is mad.
Oh, this man truly is an anti-hero, huh? And that's that.
Nice. Okay. I have a couple of disagreements with that, but other than that, is there another one? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up Shadow the Hedgehog canon route, and we'll see if there's a couple. There's one I've actually watched already. Canon route plus final story. That's a hour-long one. The true path. Canon route. Expert mode dialogue. Yeah, because expert mode dialogue leads into Sonic 06 and why Shadow is with G.U.N. Annual April Fool's video.
When it comes to content creation, there is no subject for which I have created more than the 2005 video game Shadow the Hedgehog. From recording suddenly,
Shadow! Surprise, motherfucker!
Alright, we'll watch this one. We'll leave this one as the last one. I'm curious to see what this one... I can't actually remember this. It says I've watched it, but I actually can't remember it.
when it comes to content creation,
Let's go.
there is no subject for which I
The
have
canon
created
route
more
of Shadow
than
the Hedgehog.
2005 video game Shadow the Hedgehog. From recording boss speedruns on a terrible digital camera to writing blog posts on Screw Attack, this game has stuck with me throughout the years. I've even talked about it on this YouTube channel from time to time. But there is one question that everyone has wondered, but we have never gotten a solid answer for. What officially happened when the Black Arms invaded Earth? The actual official answer we may never know, but here's the closest I have postulated. Shadow the Hedgehog tries to maintain a coherent story no matter which of the 326 routes
Tries being the operative word.
Tries being the most important word.
No!
For instance,
God damn it, pre-watch. That was being... I swear I don't remember anything. That was just my first response.
Impossible to see this cutscene without Dr. Eggman appearing at least once.
These memories.
Yeah.
The doctor's actions and words. Nothing makes sense.
Here is a diagram showing Eggman encounters you might have reaching this cutscene. Now let's contrast that with another possible route. You can do normal, normal, dark, normal, normal, hero, and never see Eggman throughout the entire story when suddenly...
Shadow!
Yeah, exactly.
Surprise, motherfucker!
He's the final boss. The game really does try though. If you do Airfleet Dark, you won't get the cutscene of the White House being shot by the Eclipse cannon, and the President's injuries will be from the escape pod instead. If you do Space Gadget Hero, you will have a flashback cutscene of Shadow's last moments with Maria.
Yeah.
If you do Dark Space Gadget instead, Shadow will consider himself to be a copy of the Hedgehog who died in Sonic Adventure 2. These are both highlighted in the cutscene before Space Gadget, where Shadow mentions both himself and Maria having died. But let's focus on the meat of this video and the reason why you clicked on it. Which route is the closest to being canon? There are two safe assumptions we can take while figuring out the ending. 1. Cutscenes that happen in every route are canon. 2. The last story
Yeah, that's
and
the thing.
all of its contents are canon.
Yeah.
With that in mind, the starting cutscene begins. Shadow is...
Well, assuming endings are exempt from the every cutscene is canon part, then yeah. But also, like, you can't have, like, Eggman, excuse me. Shadow, you can't have Shadow rushing to the Black Comet in the True Hero route, and then, but also being a part of the invasion of Central City at the same time. Like, those things are mutually exclusive. You can't have one with Shadow. You can't have both with Shadow. You can have a version of that cutscene with Black Doom rushing Central City, and then that still causes the president to evacuate and get to the gun, get to safety. You can still have that. You just can't have Shadow directly involved with some of those cutscenes because it does not make sense in the story's overarching plot.
To himself when the Black Arms attack. Black Doom tells him to bring the Chaos Emeralds, and Shadow says his past must be linked to those 7 stones, so he's going to get them one way or the other. He isn't quite sure what he's going to do with them once he has them yet. Pop quiz. Which mission do you think Shadow did in Westopolis? A. Dark, B. Normal, or C. Hero?
No point in
I have
quizzing
3
this.
reasons to believe Shadow started his story off strong by going dark. First, in the intro cutscene, Shadow shows immediate disdain for humans and almost never went to Westopolis were it not for Black Doom.
That is fair.
Second,
That
Shadow
is actually
says
fair.
this line in the opening cutscene.
If he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I have to believe him.
This implies he is going to work with Black Doom no matter what. Third, remember how I said all cutscenes that happen in every route are canon? Aside from the intro, there are 2 others. These are the G.U.N military base and the President's cutscenes.
Yeah, they always show
They
up.
say,
downtown Westopolis has been almost completely destroyed.
Which would likely not be true if Shadow were to fight against the Black Arms instead of actively harming humans.
Yeah, if you go hero route, there's literally a cutscene that says, we pushed the black aliens back from Westopolis or whatever, so yeah.
Additionally, in the President's cutscene, the Secretary says this line.
There's also reports that the CIA's mainframe has been compromised.
That implies that digital circuit,
Yeah,
the machine
okay,
can only
okay.
unlock if you go dark in Westopolis, happens.
Already I'm seeing the connection here. I'm liking this video so far.
If you go normal or hero, Black Doom is too busy with other things to commit cyber terrorism. Now in Digital Circuit, Shadow works with Rouge and obtains the Chaos Emerald. This is because of events in later levels that must have happened. But what about the confirmed CIA mainframe attack? It is possible that the Black Arms, when they go into cyberspace, are able to destroy it without Shadow's help.
Yeah,
Up next is
very
Prison
possible.
Island, the same one from Sonic Adventure 2. Shadow has a flashback about escaping from somewhere. This will come up later in our canon playthrough.
Okay.
So Shadow is
Okay.
on Prison Island, and he helps Charmy get the top secret discs that are scattered across the level. I think this because of what Team Chaotix does in the last story, which enables them to see the message Professor Gerald left to Shadow before he snapped. But only part of the data is with G.U.N, the rest is with Eggman. In order for Team Chaotix to get it, they need to hack into Eggman's database. Or, with the help of Shadow, a well-placed karate chop.
Yeah, there we
It's
go.
already established in Digital
I mentioned this
Circuit that going
before.
into cyberspace is a thing in the Sonic universe, and Team Chaotix would have never gotten the information they needed without Shadow's help. Not just getting into Eggman's system, but also collecting the fragmented data. There is then a cutscene where Eggman finds Shadow in SBO, to which Eggman says Shadow has no past.
Yep.
This is vital to a specific scene that happens in the last story, so keep it in your back pocket. The next cutscene involves Shadow going up with Sonic into outer space. Sonic says this line,
Looks like those black creatures are headed out to space. We're on our way to the Ark, so I
The
guess
box
that
line.
means we're going too.
which is technically accurate, but a little weird. My friends are going to Florida. I am going to Disney World, so I guess I'm going to Florida too. Then this
Wow.
next cutscene happens, and yes, this line is canon.
This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
This line is often misconstrued, saying that Shadow would literally take candy from a baby, but it is figurative language.
Yes.
If I said it were fine by me that a task were like shooting fish in a barrel, that doesn't mean that I'm about to go grab an AR-15 and aim at one such container.
Yeah, it's literally like when you're a kid playing this for the first time, I thought it was literally because it was like what, but when you actually like learn like figurative language and like hyperbole and whatever, it's like yeah, that makes more sense. He's not actually talking about taking a candy from a baby.
This cutscene also demonstrates Shadow's anti-hero nature and how, while he is a good boy at heart, his methods are much more crass than Sonic's. So then an alarm triggers, which activates a memory in Shadow's brain, which he plays out.
Yeah, this is the cutscene I was
can
talking about
imagine
and confusing
Sonic
with
during
the last
alarm,
video.
going to check on the Chaos Emerald and see Shadow standing there drooling as he goes through the memory. In any case, Shadow experiences more memories with Maria and says he will do whatever it takes to protect the Professor and the Ark.
Yes.
Which in this case entails hunting artificial chaos. Chaoses? What's the plural for that?
KI.
Anyways, Shadow's flashback ends with Maria, on the verge of contracting the incurable disease known as death, ejecting Shadow from the Ark, circling back to the memory he had on Prison Island. The place he escaped from was the Ark, which is also confirmed from Sonic Adventure 2. Shadow then, with Sonic, goes onto the Black Comet and confronts Black Doom with his memories regarding Maria. He defeats Black Doom and obtains all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Black Doom says the Black Arms will rise again and retreats for a short time. This sets up for the final act, the last story.
That's mad. I might have actually like subconsciously remembered this thing because I did say that, oh, you can have this ending but have like Black Doom retreat and then you get the final ending. So, and then like in the final ending, you're on the comet, you're on the Black Comet already. So yeah.
The route I found to be canon, the events in the last story have to support it. In our route, Shadow remembers Maria and hears a similar line from her that he remembers in the last story.
Please help me, Shadow.
It is not the exact same wording, but paraphrasing. Additionally, the Chaotix are able to get the video file of Professor Gerald working, which was likely data owned by both G.U.N and Eggman. Finally, there is one line that Eggman says that most people do not get to hear because
yeah, this is the speech I put up a while or not too long ago.
He says that what he said to Shadow earlier about having no past is a lie. The Shadow we have been playing as is the Shadow Hedgehog. There is one last thing I want to bring up that supports my case for this route. Sonic Twitter takeovers.
Oh god.
Their canonicity, is that a word? How canon they are is debatable, but they are established upon canon. In them, Shadow brings up events from Sonic Adventure 2, his time on the Ark, and Maria.
I'm volunteering at the local soup kitchen. I've been thinking a lot lately about what Maria would have wanted.
This implies that, while he considers all of that to be a past life and has no personal attachment to it, he still has those memories back, which we also worked into our route by going to Prison Island and Lost Impact. The name of the route we just did? For Love's Sake. Some people say this is in direct reference to Rouge changing Shadow's mind, but I think it has more to do with Maria loving the planet and Shadow not letting Black Doom destroy it. Of course, all of this is strictly conjecture.
Yeah.
Do you have a case for a different route? I would love to hear it in the comments below. I'm Gaming Top 10, and Shadow says damn only once in the canon playthrough.
That's funny. But yeah, no, that's good. Oh.
This brilliant flying fortress.
I was gonna pause it, what?
This planet over 2,000 years ago.
Wait, does that mean there's a chance that Black Doom met Jesus?
Oh my god, okay. Alright. Okay, moving on. But yeah, that's not too bad. I do like these types of videos where they're just like, where it's just theories of like, what is there a canon route that makes the most sense? But that's cool. But we did it. We watched all the cutscenes. We know about Shadow's story. We've gotten to the point now where he has put the past behind him. And all that's left, even though it is technically not canon anymore because of the events of Sonic 06, which we will get into on Wednesday, Sonic 06 is next on the chopping block and will be our final game for now on the road to Shadow. The reason I say for now is because I might actually play Shadow the Hedgehog if I can get that mod going. Like I said, because the mod like does a lot of things that like reduces like the amount of like objectives you have to do throughout each mission, depending on the mission. Like there's a lot more leeway, it's a lot more fluid and free, so that's good, so we'll consider that. But in the meantime, we're done. So with all that said, if you're watching this from YouTube, I hope you did enjoy. And if you're watching this on Twitch right now, thanks for tuning in. It was fun. I like talking about this type of stuff, you know. I like giving my own theories as well, and like watching other people's theories as well, like we did at the end. And the idea of an actual canon playthrough sounds really fun. Maybe we could come up with our own. Maybe that would be the reason we play Shadow the Hedgehog for real. But with all that said, we're gonna call it there. So I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. This is your Cyber Hacker Nova signing off, and I will see you guys next time where we do Shadow's story in Sonic Project 06. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.